Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Path to Platinum, episode 3 on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Now, for this episode, it focuses more on pace and trying to increase our pace and our lap times around a multitude of tracks, but in particular, we're talking about Spa. Now, Spa it's been one of my more experienced tracks since I have more time on that track, along with Monza and Paul Ricard as my top three in particular. And I've been in the Mercedes as well, and what you're going to see later on is I'm actually going to be driving the Porsche GT3. I forget it. It's either a 991 or a 911. I'm not entirely sure. Or not. You know what I mean. But anyways, on screen here is the previous ratings from episode 2, and if you missed episode 2 and want to check it out, link in the description, link it to that video will be in the description. So yeah, this episode or this race will be taking place at Spa. This is going to be pretty much a Spa focused video. Yeah, if you're enjoying this or you're new to this, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and check out the playlist with all the previous episodes. In my previous series, Road to Gold, if you want to check that out, it's going to be in the playlist below. But with all that being said, let's hop into the video. So overall, not a bad opening lap. This was, you could see it, but this was around the time when I really noticed that this car was hella understeered. You could kind of see it, how much I have to rotate the wheels so that the car can actually make the turn. So I really did something wrong in my setup, or I missed something, or I just suck at setups. I don't know, but I'm about to look into it. I have heard that the Mercedes is, what's the word? It's one of the more difficult cars due to the fact that it's very tedious when it comes to tuning up the setup. So not making any excuses, obviously. And if you think that wasn't an excuse, then I apologize. I get told it's an excuse. But yeah, overall not bad. We avoided some wrecks pretty well. We are now in a four-way fight for the podium, actually. So yeah. McLaren. I mean, what can he do? That's not really his. That's obviously not his fault. That's Ferrari behind. But I mean, he was running very, very well. But unfortunately, Ferrari's brakes just did not work, or he just did not brake enough. I don't know. But just that poor McLaren. But that moves us up to 4th and still fighting for this podium spot, as it's going to be a 3-way instead of a 4-way from McLaren versus Ferrari versus Mercedes versus BMW to Mercedes versus Ferrari versus BMW. And as you can see right here, I mean, I have a lot of understeer, like I said, and that allowed the BMW, who is much faster in a straight line, to get a better turn in than I did. So we lose a spot. We're down to 5th now, and I mean, there's really nothing I can do more but just kind of deal with it and race hard, because that's all you really got to do. I can't really adjust the setup with my wheel, because I don't have a formula wheel. I just have a normal Logitech G920. Yeah, G920. I just have a normal one like that. So I can't really adjust that. I can adjust, you know what? Never mind. Let's just shut up. I almost ruined 2 races there, and boy, I would have felt bad, and I would have been hard on myself. Harder than I already am. But thankfully, I was able to get out of the way and break into the runoff and rejoin safely. After this mistake, though, really nothing more happens. The order really stayed the same, and the cars really they pulled away for the most part, and it was more of a chase down and just running my own race at that point, and hoping that the cars ahead make more mistakes. I mean, the McLaren right there, who just got out of the pits, unfortunately got into the grass or was right in the curb too much, etc. Spun out, you know it. But as I was saying that right there, you just saw the Bentley, I believe it was a Bentley, that went off and straight into the barriers at the hairpin. So that makes us 4th, meaning we can fight for the podium without worried about the car behind, as the car behind is currently 15 seconds. Wait, no, that's a lap car. The car behind is definitely far back then, so we just have to worry about catching up here. Well, so I had to skip ahead quite a bit because I mean, like I said, it was a race. It was just kind of being consistent and staying within a good gap between both cars. And I mean, as the Ferrari goes wide, we kind of will capitalize on the mistake here. Hopefully, we go on its inside, but back to the outside. Or no, that's the inside. That's the outside. I get it mixed up sometimes, but he holds his ground either way. But like as I was saying, we had to just stay consistent and remain a good gap in the cars ahead. But the BMW was fast, and it went past the Ferrari, so I think it has a guaranteed hold of P2 at this point. But now it is a battle between the Ferrari and myself, and I'm just gonna shut up and show y'all how it's done. Just like that, we get the pass done on the Ferrari, and now we are in the podium position, the final podium position at P3. And I mean, it was just a waiting game. We had to wait until we had either a better run or the Ferrari made a mistake. And I didn't want to be passing at the riskiest places because I mean, knowing we had 3 minutes left and knowing that this Ferrari was kind of vulnerable in making mistakes, I would know. But I mean, with that being said, I mean, we just had to wait until we had a better run, and we were much faster as we had a better run coming into Blanchimont. And yeah, we now are P3. Now, unfortunately, I mean, we weren't able to really get to the BMW. I mean, we were almost there, but we were about maybe 2 seconds behind, and we didn't have enough time as this right here was coming to the checkered flag. But it is a result I can honestly say I'm very happy of. I mean, coming into a best time of 22.5, which is a best for me personally, because I'm normally in the 223s as my highest. But like I said, I'm very happy about that. And I'm very happy with the result, P3. That just shows that we've really grown when it comes to pace, and I'm honestly very happy with that result, like I said. So yeah, this is this was a great race, and this was in a ACC consoles. I want to say it's a league, but it's more of a community thing. This is the ACC consoles community because I am on Xbox. So I race in the ACC consoles servers because I really try. try to avoid the publics because the public servers are just cancerous. So yeah. Okay, and now we go to our ratings for the end of the video. And boy, oh boy, did we level up from the previous episode. We are now at a 93.54 with an overall total overall of 93. And a lot of really good improvements that I feel like we can kind of talk about. Car control has went up pretty well. Consistency is just my biggest enemy. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's always been my kind of kryptonite, and I hope to kind of improve on it and be consistent with consistency. But yeah, one thing I do want to talk about though is pace. I am very, very proud of myself when it comes to pace because I've been grinding my ass off when trying to get pace, and this is how I increased my pace rating with this time in the Porsche 991 or 911 GT3. Now that lap time was, I believe, a 222.297. Yeah, at the bottom right there, 222.297, which is over a second faster than my previous best of 223.2, I believe. And when I look at it on the leaderboard, because this was a one of those special events, we are now at 525, 26, 27, 26. We're tied right there. And honestly, that's not bad. That's about 500 places I jumped, because I believe I was like around 1100 with a 223. So we jumped around maybe 500 places. So not bad. This not bad is an understatement. That's pretty good for a jump start right there. So we're gonna keep grinding, and if you want to see a little bit more of that grind, let me know in the comments down below. Back to the ratings though, and when we compare it to episode 2, I mean it's a drastic difference when it comes to the total. and everything else. I mean, almost the whole thing actually, apart from competition. I tried competition, but literally no one was there except me, so I just kind of quit because I didn't want to do competition by myself. But yeah, it's been a really tough grind, just to say. I've had rage moments and everything because I really want this platinum, and I'm going to continue trying my best. Hell, maybe we could go those really fast times with the 216s around Spa and the 146 around Monza, stuff like that. But anyways, that's all for this video today, and that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, I truly, truly appreciate you as always. And if you want to see more of this, again, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and make sure you don't catch up, or make sure you catch up if you're new to this. You don't have to, obviously, but it'd be nice. But anyways, shout out my squad. Love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Riding steamer, riding steamer, riding steamer, riding steamer, riding steamer. Got a bag, now I'm flat.